Yo, it has been a motherfucking while since one of these. We got a beater box opening today, and this one is bound to be a banger because this cost me $1,300. Shit. Let's get down to it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a long time since I have done a beater box or a haul video. If you guys watch my most recent video, you know that Lola and I just moved from San Diego to the northeast of the United States, and we've been on the road for a little while. So I decided to just start shipping stuff to my family in the northeast. This big old stack of boxes is a result of that. Starting off with the most obvious box because it's already been pulled out of the shipping box. That box look familiar to you guys? Right here is a pair of Yeezy 700s. And we got a set of Wave Runners right here. This is a size 5.5 pair of Wave Runners in dead stock condition. I was actually lucky enough to hit these on a restock due to Familia links. So shout out to the guys over there that were able to link me up with like 4 pairs on that restock. Next box. This one looks like it came through eBay. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a second. That's not right. All right, so the product that I got here it's the right product. This is a Pokemon Cleaver V-Star Collector's Box. This is a product that I was aiming to purchase. However, I was supposed to get 2 cases of 6 boxes rather than just 2 boxes. So this is 1/6 of the order. I'm just gonna have to message them. Some more Pokemon supplies for you guys that are Pokemon fans. They sell like crazy at all of the events and conventions that we go to. So I don't see why these ones would be any different. Next box that I have here, this one's from Nike. Got a Jordan box right here. Size 12, Air Jordan 11 low. Oh shit, I forgot I even ordered these. Let's go. A pair of 7210 lows right here. 2015, they dropped the Air Jordan 11 highs in the 72 and 10 colorway. This low iteration just came out in the past several months, and I ended up getting a nice W on the sneakers app. I think that these will be a good seller coming up for the summer season here. At any rate, right here, I got a pair of Jordan 11 lows in the 72 and 10 colorway. These are in dead stock condition, size 12. Another box from Nike. Another Jumpman logo. I don't remember ordering this one either. And we got a pair of Jordan 1 lows in the shadow colorway. The leather on these is not especially good, but these shadows are definitely a very popular colorway of Jordan 1s. Overall, it's a very clean pair of shoes in a classic colorway, and I think that a lot of people are definitely going to be digging these, especially for the summertime. Size 12, Jordan 1 low in the shadow colorway. Another package from Nike. This is one I actually do remember ordering. This is one of the Nike Be True releases that just came out recently. This is the Nike Dunk Low Be True. These come in an all white upper with this kind of cream colored sole. On the left shoe, you got some light pink laces. On the right shoe, you got some light blue laces. They also come with a pair of replacement white laces. These have some really cool rainbow stitching featured throughout the entirety of the upper. I don't know for certain, but I wouldn't be surprised if these wore down and had a little bit of something underneath this outer white layer of paint. The tongues have a pocket that opens. Nice little stash pocket. These are in a size 12 men's. Again, these are a Nike Dunk Low Be True. So far, this is a pretty dope haul. Now, we get into this beater box here. $1,300 beater box from Sole Supremacy. I haven't been especially keen on buying beater boxes recently. The boxes haven't been quite as consistent and they haven't really even been all that great, honestly. This $1,300 box is the first one that I've opened in months. Let's dive in and find out what we got in this beater box today. There's definitely a couple of Nike boxes and we got one pair of Lucy's that I can see. Let's start with the pair of Lucy's first. First up, I have a pair of worn Jordan 11 Concords, and these have the 45 on the back, so I know it's the more recent release. These are the 2018 release. These are in a size 7 youth and they're in worn condition. Now overall, the majority of the wear seems to be on the soles of the shoes, but one of the things that I'm seeing is the uppers are actually in pretty reasonable condition. These don't seem to be very creased, but I think that with a little bit of restoration work, these guys will be looking really good again. These are probably a good candidate for a pair of sneakers that I can use on the You're Icing Wrong series. Jordan 11 High Concords from 2018. These are a size 7 youth with no box in worn condition. Next up, we got a Nike box. Size 10.5 Nike Foamposite Pro, but it does have an X written through it. It certainly looks like a Foamposite Pro to me though. So these are actually a size 10, but luckily the SKU does match up and it's in a 10.5 box. These things are insanely lightly worn. There's only a tiny bit of wear on the soles, and otherwise the uppers are in immaculate condition. Now with foams that have been worn a lot, these uppers start to crack and crumble and crease, but these are looking really, really good. 2016 release, these are in amazing condition. Got a pair of Foamposite Pros in the Hyper Cobalt colorway, size 10, with a replacement size 10.5 box with the same SKU. I have another Air Foamposite Pro box. This time it says size 10 with no markings on the box. Oh, let's go! We got some Foamposites in the Gucci colorway. Now obviously these aren't actually Gucci Foamposites, but they have that kind of black, red, and green color scheme that Gucci tends to use quite often. There's a little bit of heel drag on these and a little bit of wear on the soles, but honestly, they are in crazy good condition. These are looking really, really good. Like, there's not much to say about these because they're just like a nice, lightly worn pair of kicks. Got some Air Foamposite Pros, size 10 in the Gucci colorway. It looks like we got another 4 more pairs in this box for a total of 7 pairs. Let's find out what they are. Got a Jordan box, size 11, Jordan 1 Low. And these are in super lightly worn condition. These are like a smoke gray type of colorway if I had to guess. There is a little bit of creasing across the toe box. It's not horrendous, but there is a little bit. And the soles got a little bit of junk in them too. If I had to guess, I would say that these were probably worn once. They look really, really good. The cleanup is gonna be super quick on them. It's probably only gonna take a minute or 2 to clean up the soles. But you can tell that they have been ever so lightly worn. And Jordan 1 Lows that have been worn don't always tend to sell for quite as much. Jordan 1 Low in like the smoke gray kind of colorway. This is a size 11 with the original box. Oh, I was lying. There's another pair at the bottom. They had them stacked funny. So there's 8 pairs in this box. Next up, size 11, Jordan 12 Retro. Hey, look at that. Pair that I actually haven't seen in a little while. Some of the French blues. So these are the Retro from 2015, and these are in very good condition. They're definitely not Deadstock because I can see a little bit of heel drag and some pebbles in the sole, but they look really good. The uppers have no discernible wear. I'm not seeing any sort of scuffing. I'm not seeing any sort of issues. It's really just all the outsole. This pair doesn't even have any sort of creasing that I can tell. They're in really, really good shape. I don't think I've seen a pair of French blue 12s in this good of shape in a few years, actually. Lightly worn Jordan 12 French Blues from the 2015 release. Again, these are a size 11 with original box. 3 more pairs left to go. Next is a pair of Air Max Plus OGs in the black Pimiento bright ceramic colorway, size 8.5 men, 10 women. Woo! That is a bright pair. The Air Max Plus is actually a model that I'm quite fond of. I really like the colorways that they do with the shoe. I definitely think that this is a solid pair of shoes right here. It's in super lightly worn condition with very minimal wear only to the sole. Again, a very easy clean. I'll be able to get these things cleaned up and spiffy in no time. So this will only take a couple of minutes to get them ready. Size 8.5 Air Max Plus. Bringing a splash of color over to the table here. I like to see that. This box might be a little bit familiar to some of you. The Dunk versus Air Force One by Undefeated. This is the Nike Dunk Low in a size 9, woman's 10.5. Hey, and there we are. This is that kind of brownish colorway that came out. It's got some beiges on there, some browns on there, some creams on there, and a little bit of yellow as well. These are also in very lightly worn condition, but the uppers, again, not much wear, just the soles. They have a little bit of wear to the stars, a little bit of crud within the cracks and the crevices, and just a little bit of heel drag. I like this kind of tweedish type of print up along the front of the shoe. I think it adds some texture, which is really nice. Size 9, this is the Undefeated Air Force One versus Dunk, and obviously this is the Dunk. 1 more pair of shoes left in this box. Let's find out what we got. Now, some of you guys might just recognize what pair this is right off of the box. We have a size 9, and this was the recent re-release or retro of the Jordan 6 DMP. And these are just a sick pair of shoes. DMP stands for Defining Moments Pack. And these Jordan 6s originally released in a pack known as the Defining Moments Pack, but have since retroed as their own individual shoe. You got this black upper accented with a whole bunch of gold hits throughout the course of the shoe, falling very much in line with the other pairs in this box. There is minimal wear to the uppers of these kicks, and it's mostly just the soles that need to be cleaned down. These should be a pretty quick clean, and honestly, even though they look a little bit darker, I don't think that they're terribly yellowed, and I don't think that I'll have to put them in for a de-yellowing session, but we'll see what they look like once they get cleaned, and if they need some extra work, I'll go ahead and put that elbow grease in to make sure that they come out looking spectacular. We got a size 9 Jordan 6 DMP in very lightly worn condition. So that about does it for this haul video, guys. As you can see, a whole bunch of sneakers to get started with here on the East Coast. I think that it's a pretty good selection of kicks so far. As far as this $1,300 beater box was concerned, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. I feel like I might be able to make a little bit of money on it, but I don't feel like there are huge margins on this box, and especially over the last several years, Sole Supremacy boxes have had really awesome margins. I don't think that this is a knock against the company, and this looks just more like a lower tier box, but it's just not gonna be quite the ROI that I've had with previous boxes. I'm gonna continue to monitor the quality over the course of the next several weeks, and if the quality starts to improve, then you can expect to see a few more openings on the channel. Otherwise, I'm gonna be a little bit more picky when it comes to mystery boxes. If you guys enjoyed today's opening, please make sure that you click the like button and make sure to also subscribe to the channel. It only takes 2 clicks with the mouse to hit those buttons, and it only takes a moment of your time, but really goes a long way in helping to support this channel and push out new content on a regular basis. If you guys are interested for any of this inventory, make sure that you check out www.sailboatsupplies.xyz. All of the inventory that you saw in today's video will be going live on the website at the launch of this video. If you're looking to stay up to date on a day-to-day basis with the ongoings of Sailboat Supplies, make sure that you check out the social media at Sailboat Supplies. As always, thank you to everybody that stuck around until the cold, bitter end of this video. You guys already know that I'm Sailboat, and I'm out of here.